Hey guys, what's up? It's Darkmake here and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to give you a walkthrough of a 5 mask clear in Stormwind. I was way too late with Orgrimmar, so I will have that up for the next cycle. I ended up doing my Orgrimmar clear on a Sunday. It was gone in 2 days. It seemed hardly worth putting up a walkthrough through. Stormwind came out yesterday, so I went and did it this morning and wanted to get it up with plenty of time to give you guys a hand if you were struggling with this and just walk you through how I did it. So, fair disclaimer, it's a little bit messy. The first run I did, I took 2 attempts in here. The first run I did was really clean. I got to the Mage Court of the last area. I went with 3 orbs, and I was gunning it, and then I spaghettied, and then the run that I actually ended up getting through 5 masks is pretty bad. So it's a lot of this is going to be do as I say, not do as I do, but hopefully you guys can learn from my potato mistakes and get this done yourself. So 5 masks, Stormwind, in comparison to Orgrimmar, it's interesting. Illyria is certainly a lot harder than Thrall, and the Mage Court is quite difficult as well, whereas Orgrimmar's just got Rexxar, which is, you know, the sort of the big issue in Orgrimmar. Talents wise, I went with Bonestorm and Wraithwalk. Wraithwalk for the mage part, Bonestorm because there's just a lot of large pulls in Stormwind which are quite safe, which you can AoE down, I feel, so I got a lot of value out of Bonestorm. I didn't go with Blood Drinker as I really wasn't as concerned with the bosses in here, only Illyria, as I was in Orgrimmar. My gear was 466. I'd upgraded my cloak prior to doing this, so just full disclosure, I am a pussy. I did this at rank 13, but I just wanted to make sure that I got it done. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to zone in. I'm going to run up to this corner here and I'm going to hover over this pot next to the box. It's a green one. That pot every time is the bad one, so always find out what that one is. I've got a weak aura over on the corner here. I'm going to click the green one. It's going to tell me which pots are which then, and I know not to pick up any of the bad ones, but the main one we're obviously looking for is the red one, which is sanity in this case. The weak auras for this are in the description below as well. So I'm starting off with a really large pull here. Now, what you really need to do with these Void Speakers is make sure that their Psychic Screams don't get off and you get feared. I end up copping 2 fears. So one I gripped off, I didn't have an interrupt, but I had AMS and I had a Sphinx. I also had Mass Grip and I also had Line of Sight. So pretty terrible. Make sure you're monitoring that. You could very well hero this pull as well, which I should have, because these runs will go for around 20 to 23 minutes, depending on your DPS on a Blood DK, or just, you know, if you're not a potato. So you will easily get 2 heroes in, especially if you hero here, and it can make your life a lot easier. Buff wise, I didn't talk about either. I'm just running Verse Food, a Strength Flask. I am running Battle Shout Scroll and Fort Scroll. And for essences, for my major, I took Crucible of Flame, on-demand single target damage, which is really important in these visions, minors, Stand Your Ground, and Conflict and Strife, and I had Formless Void. You could swap in Null Barrier if you wanted to there, but that's just the setup that I ran. It's not going to make or break things either way. So coming into the first district that I go for, which is the Dwarven District, I am going to round up everything that I can here in quite a large pool. I get a Gift of the Titans proc there, and I am just going to go to town on this. Now, with these weak auras, guys, they make your life so much easier. If you haven't been doing these with weak auras, please go and get them there in the description below. You want to really plan your pulls out around Gift of the Titans. So you can see, I've just lost my Gift of the Titans buff now, and you can see over here that there is a cooldown timer going for it. It's also here now because they updated this one. That's the internal cooldown of Gift of the Titans, meaning that you can't re-proc Gift of the Titans while its internal cooldown is up. So really take notice of that and try and plan your large pulls around when you have the ability to proc Gift of the Titans, because Gift of the Titans is pretty much just free stand there and target dummy the mobs, which is exactly what you want in large pulls. It takes sort of the danger factor out of it as long as you're not going to die because you're not losing any sanity. Again, do as I say, not as I do. I screw up there. I miss one of the explosives there as well, which is going to cause me to backtrack. You want to obviously save as much time in these as you possibly can, as time is really critical. So make sure that you're actually taking notice of what you're doing and not being a spud. Next, I'm just going to round these last 2 pools up, and I'm just going to kill them. Again, just watch out for the Taskmaster there. He's got that improved morale, which is going to buff everything. The Weaponsmith will also do a frontal with that Forge Breath, so just make sure you interrupt it or you get out of the way. But again, just getting these down as quick as you can. In regards to the Dwarven District double affixes, the bug, you just need to jump. It's not really a big problem. And the Dark Illusions, it's not too bad. Just don't backtrack over any of your bad crap and you'll be fine with that. You shouldn't have any problems. So I've missed one explosive now, which is the one that I mentioned before. So now I have to run all the way back and get it, which is a waste of time. So again, just make sure you pick this stuff up on the way through. Another thing that I don't know why, it was early it wasn't even early in the morning, it's 12, it's the afternoon, I don't know what I was doing. I don't pre-pot on anything. I think I do maybe 3 or 2 pre-pots for the entire vision, which is really bad as well. So, you know, be making the most of your tools that you've got to make this easier for you. So onto the first boss, which is Deep Forge. He isn't really too much of an issue. I'm running Cyclonic Blast because it's so much on-demand single target coupled up with Crucible of Flame. The bosses, you know, are generally the biggest issues that you want to get through quickly, so that's the best way to do it. Making sure that you're not standing in his bombs. The red circles are bad. There's fire on the ground. Don't stand in the fire. That's pretty much it. He's fairly easy. You're not going to have any problems with him. So we kill him, and now we're going to move from the Dwarven District and we're going to go into Old Town. So I pretty much cycle around from the Dwarven District to Old Town to the Trade District to the Mage Quarter. So a lot of people like to go to the Mage Quarter first because it's the hardest area, and that's fine. I've always just done it this way, and I just keep doing it this way. So there, what I usually do is, because I'm a Night Elf, I usually mount up and run over that bridge and meld at that gate. Unfortunately, I got slowed, so I knew that I was going to have to kill it. I get a gift of the Titan's proc, which is a complete waste there, as I would have much rather have come around this corner, pulled Tennyson with D&D, ran around the corner here to where that Will Breaker is at the bottom right here, and procced a gift to the Titans down here. Would have been far more efficient. However, that's just not the way it went. Just make sure on Tennyson, or Terracin, that you're getting out of that Blade Flourish. It's obviously bad. Again, in here, the biggest issue is split personality. So when your screen starts to go purple, you know that you're going to get surrounded by your little shadow people and you need to find a gateway out. That's probably your biggest issue. Just make sure that you're not boxing yourself in. So you can see Blade Flourishes going off there, and I was completely boxed in there. I had crap on the ground. The mob died, so it was okay, but I had just nowhere to go. So I ended up walking into the wall and getting stunned, which is pretty bad. Again, K-Babs. With K-Babs, guys, eat them before you go into the area. Why I elected to be such a funky monkey in here, I don't know, but eat your K-Babs before you go into the areas. It's a far better setup rather than stopping midway, you know, through a lost area to eat a kebab. That's just actually quite stupid. So again, I get a gift of the Titans proc here, so trying to just kill as much as I can. I didn't want to double pull the Informant pack here though, because the Informant will do this touch of, I don't know what it's called, it's touch of the something. It'll stun you. That's bad. You don't want to get stunned. So I actually just pull those two by itself, and then I just do this one as a single. What I should have done is I drop an orb after this pack. I probably could have killed the mob with the sanity that I had. Like, I had a minute to kill the big guy. I like to drop an orb for safety's sake, but I probably didn't need to. But here's where I use my first orb anyway. My orb usage on this second go was far less ideal than it was in the first. As I said, in the first one, I ended up making the Mage Quarter with 3 orbs. And in this one, I make it with 1 and my cheat death. So yeah, if I had got it on the first one, I would have looked way better than I actually am. So you can see this big one here. He does a blight, that big blight eruption there. It's a big purple circle. You want to kill him before that goes off. Otherwise, you're going to lose sanity. Otherwise, just make sure you're not standing in the bad swirlies on the ground. Standard stock standard WoW rules, pretty much. You can see my Gift of the Titans got 5 seconds left on its proc. Ideally, I would have much preferred to have gone into Shore with the ability to proc a Gift of the Titans. I'm pretty sure I proc it before I go in there. I cannot, for the life of me, find a red pot through this run either. I don't know if I was just blind, but I cannot find a red pot. So I got the black one there for Breath of Fire. It's a little boost to DPS. So, you know, if you come across them, they're well worth getting. I don't know what was behind that. There's a candle behind there, so there's not a red one I've missed there. I don't know, I just did not seem to find any red sanity pots through this. It was killing me. I think I find 1 or 2. So there's the touch of the abyss from the informant that you actually you need to interrupt or asphyx or something every time. If it gets off, you'll get stunned. So I proc a Gift of the Titans just before going into shore, so I'm getting onto shore immediately. Reason being is these little dark gaze chaos eyes can drain your sanity really quickly. Like, they can be a giant pain in the ass, especially if you end up running into a bad wall from split personality and you've got an eye channeling on you. You're draining so much sanity. It's definitely not what you want. With these, to not try and get too confused and lose your shit, I just find I just stand in place and wait for shore to come to me. The nameplates are quite deceiving in regards to where the eyes actually go. Sometimes they'll look like they're in front of you or, you know, right beside you, but they're quite a bit away. It's just the way the nameplates sort of stack for them. So just obviously what you want to do is just make sure you're not staring at them. You stare at them, they drain your sanity. That's obviously the last thing that we want because we're trying to preserve as much sanity as we possibly can. Again, my screen's starting to fill up with purple shit. I'm stopping, I'm waiting for split personality so I can find a way out, not get stunned and lose a bunch of sanity. So kill shore, and now we're moving off to the next area, which is we're going to the trade district now. So again, another informant here. Don't worry so much about the void bolts, just be more worried about the touch of the, I don't know what it's called, but again, touch of the abyss. It's going to go off on me here and it stuns me, which is dumb. And then I think I bust Icebound with like 3 seconds of that to go, which wasn't so smart either. The blue pots are defensive ones. They're quite pointless on the DK. The purple ones are healing ones. Again, they're quite pointless on DK. Screen filling up with purple, decided to keep running, got stunned, lost 18 sanity. It's been a good day. Yeah. So moving into the next area, which is the trade district, I'm having a bit of an unlucky sort of run going through here. I really am. Normally, again, I try and mount up and just get over here as quick as possible. I get stuck on that obelisk because I had the speed buff, so I didn't decide to get on my mount. Again, I could have eaten a kebab here and probably gone in and tried to kill a few more mobs to make this last a little bit longer, but I've used my second orb here, which is probably, really, it's far from ideal to be using your second orb here. You want to be going into the mage quarter, having possibly just used your second orb or even having 2 up, really, if you were playing well. Again, in this area, Dark Delusion, so just don't let the purple shadow of yourself hit you and just make sure you're jumping for bugs. Not a lot to worry about in here. Darkspeak here, Inquisitor Darkspeak, this Agonizing Torment you want to interrupt when you can. You can't grip the cast off and you can't asphyx it. I'm pretty sure you can't asphyx it. You can AMS it though, and not worry about it there. You will get Convert though, because there's probably every chance you won't have killed Darkspeak quicker before that goes off. But as long as you kill Darkspeak before the debuff expires, you're not going to have any problems either. So there's the Dark Delusion chasing me there. It's slow as you can run around it. It's got quite a small hitbox on it as well in regards to hitting you. I get a Gift of the Titans proc. I probably should have pulled more in this pull. I just went into the top to clear this area out. I should have got this front pack here as well as soon as I got a Gift of the Titans proc. Gift of the Titans, you need to play smart with it, and the other thing is there's no need to panic in these situations. I think, you know, Blizzard throw a lot of things in these scenarios or these you know, in dungeon or solo scenario environments to cause you, not cause you panic, but to divert your sort of attention everywhere else, and you tend to get wound up in it. Whereas, you know, if you honestly sort of slow down and look at what's going on, there's not a lot, and you can actually play not slowly, but you can play quite calmly and reserved around your Gift of the Titans procs, and probably end up clearing the dungeon just as quick. So I'm moving on to the boss of this area, which is the Servant Master. He'll do the Chains of Servitude. Just make sure you run away. It will silence you, but you can use Death's Advance just before the chains get on you. You can manage to run away. If you don't have something like that, just run against the pull of the chains, as it will suck you into him. If you end up getting hit, you'll lose sanity, which is obviously not what you want. So you can see here's the silence that's dragging me in. Just staying away, you don't have much of an issue staying away from him. I got a Gift of the Titans proc now as well, so technically I could have just gone back into him. But once he's dead, make sure you open the cage under here, because I can't tell you how many times I've actually missed that cage and got to the end and had 7 of 8 cages open, which is really frustrating. Again, looking for pots. There's a purple healing one. There's a black one over there. I don't know what. I don't know. I did not have much joy on the red pot for I don't have words right now. I don't have any English. It just didn't see many red pots, man. Killed me. Made my life difficult. So opening this one, and then there's 2 more around the corner. Getting this box here because it's close, and I may as well try and get as many corrupted mementos as I can. And there's the 2 more boxes here. These appendages are a major pain in the ass too. Burst down the appendages. Whenever you come across packs with appendages, make sure you burst them down. With these tormentors as well, I should have mentioned, you can't death grip their cast off. So I can't remember what they cast. It literally just happened before and it's already gone from my brain. But you can't death grip them off that cast. If you death grip them, they just keep casting. So you do need to interrupt them or just wear it. Opening the final cage here, and then I'm actually going to run back and go over the other bridge. I probably could have just ran and gone out on the outside. I'm not sure if there's cysts and shit out there though. So I am going to mount up. I'm going to run over. I'm going to run past this tendril. Even though I'm slowed, I'm still going to run past this tendril this time, and I'm going to shadow meld at the gate. Again, great opportunity for a kebab here. I don't do it, but that's where you should eat it. So now I'm going into the Mage Quarter, which is it's the hardest area in here. So straight off the bat, we're off to a great start. I run up into a bottleneck area, and then I get split personality, and I run straight into it. So that was cool. You can see here I've got Leaden Foot as well. I actually just thought about if there's any volume going on this. God, I hope there's not. Leaden Foot is a real pain in the ass here as well. But you can free action potion out of them as well, or you can use your Wraith Walk as well to your advantage here. Going up into this, I get a Gift of the Titans proc, so again, I'm just nutting everything down here. I think I'm still in combat here, which is tilting the shit out of me, because in my head, I thought I was losing sanity then, but it was just split personality was coming up on the screen, so I kind of cooked that one. I could have asphyxiated that Ian from Beyond. Instead, I just let it hit me, because that's what you do. So this is the way I go through the Mage Tower. It's, the Mage Quarter. I find it's the best way to do it rather than coming up into the middle. So because I've been talking so much shit here, I like coming up once you get it. Just obviously don't do what I do in regards to coming up a bottleneck, but I like coming through this gate and going right. The reason being is if you come up and go right through here, you don't have to fight any of the little eyeball things. You can come around into a large pool here. If you do get a Gift of the Titans proc, then you can use that to your advantage and AO everything down. You also get access to a portal straight away as well, coming around to the right instead of going up left. And it's my preference anyway. From here, I'm going to go back out again. I'm just going to watch myself run into this wall because that's great. Again, should have fixed that Ian from Beyond, but here we are. So I'm going to come up now, and now I'm going to come up. I'm going the wrong way. Turn the other way. Turn that way. There you go. So I'm coming up into the middle section now, and I thought about using an orb, and then I was like, and I should have, but anyway, we're going to hold off on that a little bit longer. I'm going to kill this corruption, run up into the middle area, and now I'm going to drop an orb and pull this big corruption onto it. Again, this is quite bad though in regards to timing, because I ended up proccing my Gift of the Titans there. I can't do a giant pull in here, and this guy does make you lose quite a bit of sanity. So you can see I just dropped 90 sanity then by getting hit by 2 of the orbs that come out of him, which is pretty bad. 90 sanity is a fairly big deal. So again, just make sure you're being really careful. It's so avoidable though. You can see I haven't actually lost any sanity since I got hit the first time. So not having Gift of the Titans available for that one mob is not a big issue. However, you do just need to not stand in the bad stuff. What you then want to do is try and get a Gift of the Titans proc on these next 2 packs, and if you can pull this pack here in with the other one, it's absolutely ideal because you can just nut these guys down ASAP. So I should have been a lot quicker in getting this elemental over here and the master in with the Gift of the Titans proc. By the time they get here, it's pretty much going to be gone. I got a little bit unlucky with split personality because I had to stop. If I could have got a little bit further though, I probably could have made that work far better off for me than it ended up sort of being. So I'm going to kill these ones in here, and that'll be 3 portals closed. So then I'm going to go through the house. So next I make a mistake here too. I've already killed this one. This is where you come through. So the reason I did this is the first one when I went right is so I didn't have to run through this house. And then I ran through the house anyway. So from the middle, you want to go through the other side of the house. So over here to the right, there's a house where you came up from the original area when we came out of the first bit. And then we only need to kill the portal out here, and then we need to run to our right, and we kill one more portal, and then we're on to the last bit. So really messy. Again, AMS there, Asphyx, and the keeper still gets the fucking fear off on me, which is really bad. Run back down into a wall there. I don't know why I'm showing you guys this. I should just wait like 2 more days and do this again. But anyway, here we are. So I got one more portal to close now. A Dark Smash, just make sure you get out of it. A proc gift of the Titans. I finally find a red vial to get 100 sanity back. Feels good, man. And then I'm going to run up around this corner, go left, and then I'm on to fucking Dr. Claw here. It's not too bad. Just make sure you interrupt the Shadow Bolts when you can. Biggest issue with him is the Rain of Fire, because he will kind of just stand in it and do this twisted summon, and then he kind of just stands there casting Shadow Bolts. And if you've wasted an interrupt, you can't actually drag him out of it. He won't move. So I'm just kind of relying on procs and dots and Twilight Dev to kill him. But if you can, try and save an interrupt, time it with the Rain of Fire. So when he stands in the red circle and he's casting Shadow Bolts, you've got a way to get him out. So now I'm heading up to the Mage Tower. I've closed all my portals. You can see the portals on the map, guys, as well. So if you want to go a different way than I've done in here or whatnot, you can see the mage portals are yellow dots on the map. You can go whichever way you want. There's a box over there that I'm ignoring. Running up here is a real pain in the ass with split personality as well, because you just have to stop. I elect to eat a kebab here when I find it in my bags, because I figure I may as well, because I'm just standing here. So again, is that 2 kebabs I ate for the whole run? So that's pretty terrible. So again, make sure you're using that stuff to your advantage, because 100 sanity every time you eat a kebab. And yeah, if you have better luck with sanity pots than I did, you'd be far better off as well. I got 1 sanity pot through this run so far. Whether I missed them or not, I don't know. I've been looking for them on this and I still haven't seen them. So then we're on to Magister Umbra here. Just make sure you interrupt the missiles. He also does a polymorph as well. So I don't have an interrupt here. So what I'm going to do is AMS it. So just know that as well. You do want to interrupt the missiles. I mean, you could AMS the missiles as well and then interrupt the polymorph. You can do it whichever way you want. But this is the way I did. Make sure again, when you break him out, he's going to go straight into missiles. So you've got your interrupt up for that as well. Start moving back towards the other end. Because he's obviously going to port there when it comes out. There's my split personality. I've got Leadfoot on me quite heavily here, so now I'm just going to Wraith Walk and ignore it, which is the prime reason I took Wraith Walk in here. Missiles going off. He goes for a polymorph here, and I think I can kill him. Like, I commit to killing him here, and I miss out by like 0.3. I proc Titan, so I'm not losing any sanity, which is fine, but yeah, more dubs. So I got Cheat Death left. And that's it, which is all I need for Illyria. But if I had have had 1 orb and gone into this with 1 orb to pull her on, that would have been far better, obviously. So I finally used my like 2nd or 3rd pre-pot of the vision here. Go me. What you want to do here is pre-pot, put an orb down where you are here, and then just nutter on the orb with hero. However, I didn't have that luxury, so I'm just trying to put as much damage as I can into her before I have to move for Dark Sky here. So Dark Sky swirlies on the ground, make sure that you're not standing in them. The eye is also a giant pain in the ass, and again, you just need to make sure that you are not facing the eye and draining sanity. Polymorph, you can either interrupt it or you can get around the side of a beam. You can see she also does a giant explosion, this void eruption. You need to get around a pillar. She's an actual pain in the ass. Like, I don't know, I struggle on this fight so much. Again, Dark Sky, don't stand in the swirls. Chains of Servitude, so you need to either run away from her and drag, or get to a pillar, rest yourself against the pillar, and then just get pulled into the pillar so you don't have to worry about it. This way you can also just face away if there's an eye, and you don't have to worry about sort of maneuvering for the eye, because you can just face the pillar. Void Eruption here, again, going off. I don't have my cloak. Here's Polymorph, so I'm going to interrupt that one. she is such a pain in the ass in regards to how she doesn't move a lot, and I end up proccing my cheat here. I take nearly 85 sanity loss there by standing in bad stuff, which is quite terrible. Here is kind of a little bit of a panic play where I know I have cheat death, so I've just procced my cheat death now. Void eruption coming again, so I'm going to run and hide. You get slowed through this as well, which is also a pain in the ass in regards to running out. Here comes polymorph. Now what I can do is I can interrupt, or I can AMS that, or I could have just stayed hidden, so I interrupt it. Darkened sky, again, getting out of the way. There's fire here. That was a really bad way to run. Fucking hell. She's nearly dead. 2%, I got 112 sanity. I very well could have blown the pooch on this too. I could have, what did I end up on there? What did I end up on? 111, 109. I ended on 109, so it wasn't as bad as I thought, but it's still pretty bad. Big thing, guys, is try and keep your head. Try and keep your head. You have time. All you need to make sure is that you don't stand in bad stuff, you don't face the eye, and you've got those pillars if you don't have kicks to get interrupts, or if you need to drag her away, you could probably line of sight and she'd come to you as well, now that I think about that. So that is pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you've learnt a lot from my mistakes. Hopefully that helps you out in some way. If you've got any questions about anything, please hit me up in the comments below, and I'll do my best to help you out. I cleaned up in this run. I got Void Edge. I was really happy, and I got a pet, so that's, you know, that's good. But yeah, it's cool. I really enjoy these horrific visions, and with the hopes of, you know, just getting better and better at them. I will get Orgrimmar up next, guys, for when that cycles around next. But thank you very much for checking out the video. Like, comment, subscribe, come find me on Twitch, come say hi in the Discord, and I'll see you all next time. See you, fam.